Hello friends, welcome to series again. Myself Dr. Shishir Paranjape from Pune. Today I am going to share my understanding of the medicine Amyl Nitrosum. It's one of the rare medicine but very useful. Friends, there are many ways to understand Materia Medica and apply. But what is lacking is we don't know sometimes how our medicines are working. What is the modus operandi of our homeopathic medicines? So what I have tried here is to understand the amyl nitrosa in that way. What I am going to do is I am going to tell you few symptoms which are explained as a Materia Medica of amyl nitrosa and possible explanation, possible modus operandi of these medicines. So let us go ahead for amyl nitrosa. Now there are few symptoms at mind level of amyl nitrosa which are very important. For example, these patients are highly lethargic, highly sleepy. These patients have no desire to work, tremendous exhaustion, tremendous weakness. These patients are forgetful, confused. Sometimes there is a disorientation. They don't know what is the time and date even. Then very classical symptom is sometimes these patients have tremendous desire for yawning and stretching of the body, which is classical symptom for this. And all the symptoms are better by open air. Open air in very cold weather, patient gets better. He has desire for that open air even in cold weather. This is classical symptom. Let us try to understand. If you see the poisoning of amyl nitrosa, in that state, the patient develops the state of methanohemoglobinemia, where methanohemoglobinemia is the state where patient goes into the state of hypoxia. Now, everyone knows that oxyhemoglobin is the hemoglobin which carries the oxygen and releases it into the tissues and cells. Now here what happens in amyl nitrosa is that oxyhemoglobin gets reduced and methemoglobin becomes excessive. Sometimes it goes more than 1% of the total hemoglobin. Methemoglobin has less capacity to carry the oxygen and even to release the oxygen. So what happens is that the state of hypoxia is being produced at the tissue level, at the cellular level, at the organ level. So imagine if it happens at the brain level, even at the body tissue level, organ level. So definitely body is lacking that energy and oxygen, and to gain it, body has to yawn, body has to get stretched so that the circulation will improve and the patient will get more oxygen. Why better by open air? Because open air contains more oxygen. So more oxygen, patient feels better. This is the possible explanation. Then these patients have flushing and blushings, which is very important. So why these flushings and blushings? So let us understand the modus operandi of blushing. Possibly with any of the stimulus, like especially for mental stimulus like embarrassment, as these patients are very sensitive mentally, there is a possibly with any of the stimulus, like for example embarrassment of the patient, it causes stimulation of sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system stimulation leads to vasodilatation, flooding of the skin, and possibly resulting in reddening of the face. What is very characteristic of this medicine is reddening and flushing is only present in the upper part of the body. Now, what is the difference between blush and flush? Blushing is the psychosocial response to an experienced emotion, where flushing is the thermoregulatory response to the body temperature. So let us go ahead. Let us understand few other symptoms. This medicine is also useful in cases of angina pectoris. Even it has been mentioned as this medicine is having tumultuous action of the heart. Now what is tumultuous action? It is nothing but the irregular action of the heart. Either it can be very less or it can be very excessive. Okay. Now why this medicine is useful in angina pectoris? Everyone knows that allopathically, initially this medicine was very useful in cases of angina pectoris, but now nitroglycerin is used. What this medicine does is that this medicine causes vasodilatation. Now how it causes vasodilatation? It relaxes the smooth muscles of the vessels so that it dilates the blood vessels, so the carotids and coronaries are dilated, so the blood is more blood is directed towards brain and heart. They will get more circulation and more oxygen, so the patient gets relief for angina pectoris. Sometimes this flushing of the blood is more, so the patient may sometimes have anxiety, palpitation at heart level, and sometimes it may have some throbbing and headaches more. Okay, so this is the possible explanation. This medicine also relaxes the smooth muscles at the airways. So relaxation of smooth muscle at airways causes relaxation of airways, so the lungs can get more oxygen, more inspiration, and the patient feels better. So this is the possible explanation. Now, this medicine, it has been mentioned that this medicine is useful in cases of climacteric age group, where patients, female patients, especially at climaxes, are getting better with this medicine. Now, why this is so? This medicine has a capacity to produce superficial arterial hyperemia. Superficial arterial hyperemia causes flooding of the or vasodilatation, causing flooding of the blood towards the upper part of the body. Vasodilatation, excessive circulation towards the part, it is followed by heat sensation at that local part. That heat is followed by a sweat suddenly. That heat sensation is sometimes subjective. There is no increased local temperature, but patient feels so because of vasodilatation and flushing. So the body temperature at that level, patient feels subjectively increased. It is immediately followed by the sweating, and sweating goes down immediately. What is very classical for this medicine is that heat of upper body and coldness of the lower body. Now, what happens in climacteric flushings is very similar. Patient feels like there is some flushes, hot flushes coming in the upper body. There is sudden sweat, and it is immediately followed by perspiration. So these symptoms are very common to climacteric age group, which are going very parallel to the action of this amyl nitrosa. So sometimes amyl nitrosa may relieve such climacteric symptoms. It has been said that this medicine is useful in cases of difficulty in breathing. Now, why it is so? As I told you, this medicine relaxes the smooth muscles of the airways. So it relaxes the airways, more inspiration, more oxygen. So a state of hypoxia which was produced initially, because the reasons I told you, that hypoxia is replaced by more oxygen, and definitely the patient gets relief. This amyl nitrosa is highly comparable with the medicines like glonine, TNT, which are also nitrates and which are very parallel to these medicines. This medicine is also useful in cases very parallel to the ferrums, where it produces false plethora. Comparisons will take time, so I am not going in details of comparisons, but these are the few symptoms of amyl nitrosa I told you, and the possible explanation, the possible modus operandi of these medicines, so that one can understand and one can remember easily. Thank you very much.